You know, game plans are important because it is the blueprint for your success. It lays out what is important for you to succeed and what you have to be cautious of. It gets everyone on the team thinking in the same direction and everyone on the same page. I develop a game plan for every single game that we play at Iowa. I spend a lot of time preparing for them. In fact, there is more time spent preparing for the game than the actual playing of the game itself. My staff and I spend hours watching our opponents before we play them. We're looking at their strengths, we're looking at their weaknesses, and then we come up with a game plan on how we are going to attack their weaknesses and how we're going to defend their strengths. I think this strategy can be taken into any business setting or with any community planning. Know your competition, know what you do better, know what your competition does well so you can counterattack it. Come up with your goals and then how you are going to accomplish those goals, and then put it in writing so that everyone can see it and everyone knows how they're going to win. I just don't know how you can expect to be successful unless you have a game plan. And I don't think you can lead a group of people without the confidence of that preparation. I think that a game plan puts people into motion. When a plan is in place, then people know what they have to do and they know what their role is in doing it. If we are to be successful, we have to give people a purpose. A game plan gives them a mission to accomplish, and with no game plan, people just wander around aimlessly. A game plan also inspires confidence. When my team sees the ways that we are going to beat our opponent, it helps them believe that it's actually going to happen. By establishing your game plan, you have given yourself a vision. Vision, said Jonathan Swift, is the act of seeing the invisible. I like to call it making a memory of the future. You're probably going, huh? What is she talking about? But let me try to explain it to you. How many of you, if I were to ask you right now what you wore a week ago this night, could actually remember what you wore? It's already happened, you did it, but can you really remember it? But I can probably, if I ask you what you want to wear in the future, what you want to wear tomorrow, you could probably describe it. You could right now go into your closet, kind of think about what you want to wear, and pick it out. You have a much easier time describing things that are yet to occur. Your memory of the past is not near as good as your memory of the future. We can all dream and set goals and plan for our future, even though we can't do anything about what happened last week, last month, or even last year. But I do have control over what happens next week, next month, and next year. It is proven that if you really think about what is going to happen, and you make yourself feel it happen, that you can fool your mind. And your mind can't tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So if you make a memory of the future, and I mean make it real. I tell my team with the basketball team, you got to smell the popcorn, you got to see the ball roll off your fingertips into the hoop, you got to feel it roll off your fingertips, you got to hear the cheer of the crowd. You'll soon start acting like it already happened. And then it is more likely to happen. How many times have you heard after an Olympian wins a gold medal, and they say in the interview, this is just how I imagined it? Or, I ran that race over in my mind 1,000,000 times, and I knew I was going to win. That's because it's true. The mind is so powerful that we can think or imagine ourselves into success. I believe that the most important achievements are all accomplished twice. First, in the mind of the dreamer, and second, in the real physical world. It happened to our team so many times. I'll give you some examples from 2008 when we won the Big Ten championship. We have a photo that you walk into our locker room. It's a photo of our 2001 championship with all the players around the trophy. And it started to get underneath my players' craw a little bit that they didn't have their faces up on a picture. And they talked about wanting to replace that photo, how they wanted their own picture up there by winning a championship. So one day in practice, we had the photo services get little heads of all of our players and put them on those old bodies. And we covered up the frame with brown paper. And after practice, we brought them in, and we ripped off the paper, and we said, see, we replaced the photo. And we now have another photo there. We have actually replaced the photo because after winning the 2008 Big Ten Championship, they're now side by side. They had to see it. They had to feel it. Or another example is, we were one game away from winning the Big Ten Championship. We had to go to Wisconsin and win at Wisconsin. Not an easy task, but if we won that game, we were going to win the Big Ten Championship. And what does every Big Ten champion or any championship ever happen? What are you going to do? Well, the highlights is climbing up on that ladder and cutting down the net. So the last practice before we leave for Wisconsin, we bring out the ladder. We give them the scissors and we have them one by one climb up to the top and cut down that net. Now the men's team thought we were a little odd when they came out to practice and did that, but you know, let them deal with that. But it happened. We made a dream a reality. We believed we were going to win. We practiced when we even practiced cutting down the net. How could we not cut down the net now? And we got to. We went out, we beat Wisconsin, came home to Carter Hawkeye Arena, and cut down the net. It happened twice. Once in our minds and once for real.